have up to 5 or 6 people in the room at once. It allows you to stream now to Facebook, and you can stream directly to YouTube. I assume eventually they're going to get to streaming to OBS. I just wish it would become a main streaming device so we can stream our gaming content. That's the only thing I'm hoping to get to. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Well, weird that they immediately goes that route.
Round 4.
Yeah.
That's a little weird. Oh, we're live. What is going on, guys? Welcome to the RGT podcast, episode 78. The wait is over. We are finally here, back on our normal time, back here on the lovely Fridays. I tell you right now, not only did I miss this, I did miss this. I definitely missed this day. This is my favorite day of the week, talking with you.
Yep.
But it's good to be back here always. And yeah, you'll definitely see us back again on Foxy's channel for the Gamer Couch on Sunday. But until then, though, yeah, let's have a good show. Do us a huge favor, hit that like button. Go ahead and share it out, and let's get some more gamers in here, and let's have some fun. Let me go say what's up to the chat, because there's a lot of people in here that I definitely want to say what's up to.
Right, your volume's high on the gameplay.
It's high?
Yeah, it's high. You can hear it.
Oh, the gameplay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad people can hear his. They couldn't hear mine yesterday. Us 38 high. But that's all right. I think I figured it out.
Okay, let me find it. Did they hear anything I said earlier?
Yeah.
Let me repeat what I said again. Welcome to the RGT episode 78. Thank you guys again for showing up. Good to see y'all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. We're back on our normal time, and yeah, let's have a good show. All right. Now, let me get some shout-outs into the chat, and we'll get the panel introduced, and we'll go ahead about it. What's up, Overdone, Impatient, The Finest? What's up, brother? Triple J. We got, who else is in here? Cleans McKay. What's up, man? Good to see you. It's been a minute. Aloy Chloe Price, how you doing? SS9, what's up? MTL, Nathaniel, Guy Code, what's up, brother? Lay, Fatal, John, and everybody else who might be joining us. What's going on? Let's go ahead and introduce the panel and start today's show. Go right ahead, Mr. Messiah.
Oh, hey, thanks for having me. Yeah, ready to get these topics done. And yeah, been playing Mafia 3 on PlayStation. Got my world's most powerful console in with the little bit more device on it, so I can play everything at 60 and over. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this going. And excited about PS5 making a huge move today. I enjoyed all the content that Foxy dropped on it as well. So yeah, we're here. Let's get it going. Shout out to the chat.
All right, and speaking of the chat again, shout out to Bray. What's up, brother? Simon. What's up, Wraith? The lovely Dawn has joined us. Ice Queen Gaming. What's going on? Good to see you. Hey. Is that Super Nintendo? Yeah, Super Nintendo Switch. What's going on, Sneaky Face? How you doing? What's up, Dave?
Nice.
G, what's up? Lancer, what's up? You ain't missed nothing, brother. You ain't missed nothing. What's up, Robert? And I think I got everybody. So, welcome. Hit that like button. Go ahead and share it. Let's get more people. What's up, James? What's going on? Lobo. Go ahead, get your intro in there, brother. Go ahead.
What up, guys? The Raging Lobo here. After an eventful day playing the beta on PC and playing with
yeah, we gotta run that.
Everyone on consoles, but let's get these topics in.
All right. Mr. Foxy, Games UK.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Everyone in the chat, hope everyone's had a reasonable start to the weekend. Yeah, I just want to say something real quick to Ice Queen Gaming. I think last podcast you were saying something about, I think you were playing somebody singing or something, and I didn't know who it was. And I said, oh, pass me a bucket or something, I'm going to be sick. Well, I didn't realize that it was Ice Queen Gaming. And I certainly didn't realize that this person had suffered trauma recently and is going through a real hard time at the moment. So I want to humble myself right now and apologize personally, publicly, to Ice Queen Gaming for the misunderstanding, because that is not in my nature to minimize somebody's suffering or to make fun of it, because believe me, I've been through the works myself. So it's just one of those things where I didn't know what Ryan was talking about until he said, "Oh, what he said," and then I thought, "Oh."
Yeah.
And then as soon as I realized, I even said, "Oh, well, not that person. I take that back." You know what I mean? But it was by then it was too late. So I'm like Justin Trudeau right now, asking for your forgiveness, and I hope you give it to me. Anyway, we've spoken via Twitter anyway. So Ice Queen Gaming knew this apology was coming. She didn't ask for it. I offered it because that's what adults do. They admit when they're wrong. And if there's a misunderstanding, you're supposed to stand up, put your hands up, and be counted. And that's what I'm doing. So I hope there's no hard feelings. And I wish you all the best. And this time that you're going through, you know, I really didn't realize, honestly. And I feel terrible now. I do know. Anyway, on with the show. Everyone in the chat. Let's get it cracking.
All right. Shout out to the lovely Ice Queen Gaming, who's always there for support. I mean, she's everywhere. You can count on this woman for support. One of the coolest people to have on your side when it comes to talking gaming. And may a good friend of mine, Ice Ninja Gaming, rest in peace. He was a good dude. Talked to him all the time back when this channel was at 100 subs. And it does suck that he didn't get a chance to see how far we come. But I know he's with us in spirit. So let's just continue. Let's just do what we usually do here. Let's just have a good time.
Yeah.
And let's put the bad behind us. And let's look forward to the beautiful, bright future that's in store for all of us. All right?
I'll just finish with this. My sincerest condolences to you and your loved ones during this time, because it's a serious thing.
Yes, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, The Last of Us Part 2. I'm going to start off with a hot one right off the bat. The Last of Us Part 2. Naughty Dog put out another tweet. They're showing off Ellie's knife, and they're saying that it can't all be for nothing. So it's pretty obvious. This show is going to be pretty big, but there's also a little bit more context to that as well. Not only is the show going to be big, and they're going to be showing, supposedly, this is the rumor, they're going to be showing 3 hours of gameplay for The Last of Us Part 2, and there's going to be a state of play of basically an event going with this. So I guess it's going to be a state of a play event first, and then we're going to get into the Last of Us actual show. So that's what we're going to be getting. But there's a lot to look forward to for the show, and they're going all out for it. So who would like to chime in first on what you guys thinking going into this actual press, like this media event? Who'd like to go first?
I will. I'll miss it. I'll be at work. I certainly hope it's what everybody wants it to be. I know this is one of the most talked about games, has been since the PSX unveiling in 2016. So, yeah, let's just, I certainly hope the people get out of it what they want. I'm, again, looking more forward to Death Stranding and Code Vein and stuff like that. And because I know when those games are coming. Don't know when this is coming. So, certainly hope it's people get what they want. I mean, a lot of people are making a lot of predictions, and there could be a lot of hurt feelings if they don't get a release date. I would just like to see a little more gameplay, and that's all I would look forward to. I'm looking forward to the state of play as well. Hopefully we get some more Iron Man VR talk about, on that, and some more Final Fantasy VII gameplay. And so let's go from there. But yeah, I saw this, and I'm glad that they're kind of, getting off the bench, so to speak. I just hope, I don't want people to read. I hope people haven't read too much into it. That's all.
Okay. I mean, you saw, I think it was Deacon, right? It was, Deacon, shout out to him. He said that the multiplayer, do you think anything will be shown for the multiplayer at all, maybe?
We'll have to wait and see. This is why I do not like making ridiculous predictions. I know there's a media event, there's like a closed event, so they're starting to. The good thing is, the way I look at it is the fact that there's this much media lined up means something. There's going to be a major announcement, because they don't put this much, gas into the car, without there being a major event. But yeah, I'm not interested in the multiplayer. So again, I certainly hope it does well. I know a lot of people liked it, but yeah, multiplayer games that's what PC is for. You just, you just go out there, you run balls to the wall with multiplayer. But yeah, certainly hope people get what they want out of it. I'll be at work, so I'll catch the highlights when I get home on Tuesday.
Okay. Lobo, go right ahead, brother. What you think going into this? Are you even excited for The Last of Us Part 2?
Yeah, I am excited, but when it comes to the 3-hour gameplay, I'm the type of person that really doesn't want to see any spoilers. I don't want to be spoiled about the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it comes to the whole state of play, there's really nothing right now, to be honest with you, interests me other than Death Stranding and more gameplay of Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay.
That's all.
We got some news on Ghost of Tsushima for sure, but okay,
Yeah.
we'll get to that momentarily. Foss, what you think going into this, brother?
Well, as far as The Last of Us goes, I mean, Naughty Dog had me from the first 5 minutes of the first game, so all I need really is a release date.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see any. I don't care about the multiplayer to be shown. I don't want to see any more single player story play. Seen enough. Just give me the release date. I already know I'm going to enjoy it. It's going to take a monumental F-up for this to be a bad game. They have to literally code it with their eyes closed.
Okay. Any fears at all going into this? No,
not at all.
not really.
When it comes to Naughty Dog, there's nothing to concern. Track record speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So
But what is it? I mean, is it all based around The Last of Us, or is you make it sound like it's a bigger than The Last of Us? Is there more to this, or
well,
you talking about state of play?
No,
state of play, right?
Oh, they did say state of play is going to be literally on the same day as this as well. So I'm guessing state of play is probably going to be the entry going into it. Like they'll give you updates on stuff that we've already probably were looking forward to. They'll announce certain games, certain things coming to PlayStation. Then they'll go, oh, by the way, tune in at this time later on today for The Last of Us Part 2.
Oh, you mean like they did at the Nintendo Direct?
There
Afterwards,
you go.
We're going to show you the Super Smash Brothers new.
Yeah, there you go. And that's kind of with these events. That's kind of how they treat the state of play. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they they went that route. So that's kind of what the thing was.
Yeah, I'm not worried about The Last of Us Part 2.
Not worried. Just you're like, oh, a naughty God, we trust.
No, it's not even that. If they had hit and miss titles, then yeah, I'd be a little 50-50. I'd be 50-50. But I've not played a bad Naughty Dog game.
True.
I feel true. This Jen, I agree 100%. I've enjoyed the Naughty Dog games. They've been they made the Uncharted with the two girls. That was different. That felt different. It moved differently. It was a different kind of weight on that game. As far as weight, we're talking about, it didn't feel as heavy as what you were doing with Nathan Drake. So it was a lighthearted. It made fun of itself. But I agree. I'm looking forward to the game. Let me make that clear. People are like, well, you're not looking forward to it. I am. But again, I'm not a big zombie guy. So
you don't have to like it. You don't. Yeah. Just because other people think it's the best thing since sliced bread. If you're not into that thing, you can just say, I'm not into it, and people should respect that.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I hope it's more on them as people and not as much on the freaking zombies. Because if I want to go kill zombies, I'll play out of the Resident Evil 2 remake. Because that's the zombie king. World War Z or something like that. But so yeah, I'm looking forward to the relationships with the characters, because that to me is what makes The Last of Us stand out. The gameplay was fine, but the story, the characters, my God. I mean, even the people you ran upon, you cared about. So yeah, I certainly hope, like I said, I hope people aren't putting way more into it than they're gonna get out. But we'll have to wait and see. Plus, you got two girls kissing, so I'm fine. I'm ready to go.
That's the cherry on the top. The two girls kissing.
Do you know the good thing about The Last of Us Part 2 is it doesn't really focus on the zombies, does it? It focuses on relationships between people.
Yeah.
The only time you get really any interaction with zombies is when you need to get from one point to another to further the story. They're just like an obstacle in the game, more than any focus on them.
Yeah, and that's why I was glad with what we saw with the gameplay in E3. They didn't have any. It was you were in contact with another group of people that you were getting rid of. So that's fine. That's I just wanting to learn more about that. So I'm good.
It's more believable than a zombie game as well, The Last of Us, because they're not actually zombies, are they? They're regular humans who have been infected by the cordyceps virus, from plants. This is something that could actually happen.
It's an ants. It's stuff you see with ants and other other insects.
It's actually based on a BBC documentary. BBC is a channel in the UK. You probably heard of it, maybe not. But it's actually based on a doc. Yeah, you got BBC America with The Office and all that stuff. But but it's actually based on something that could actually happen, as opposed to just comical. Oh, let's chop this zombie's head off. You know what I mean? Army warfare and all that nonsense.
Yep, that is true. It also they showed it off too. It affects like that cordyceps thing. It doesn't just affect ants; it affects all insects and all living insects.
Every living organism is mutated.
And the theory was, the world went to hell, or if the world supposedly ended, it will be because of a biological terror. Nature.
Hey, it could happen.
Nature. Yeah,
I'm saying it could happen now, like next week or next year. I tell you why. There's a reason why militaries all over the world train like their soldiers for some kind of zombie outbreak. They do it in America. They reenact as if they're fighting zombies as part of their training. This is real.
Yeah, it's
like the army. This is real. That sometimes they do their training. Their what do they call it in the military when they do their exercises?
Boot camp.
Boot camp.
Yeah, but they call them zombies.
Yeah.
They're like it's a zombie game. Seriously.
Yep. That is true. That is true.
Why do they have all of those? I don't want to go into conspiracy theories here, but there's a reason why you have FEMA and all those empty plastic makeshift coffins. They got hundreds of thousands of them because maybe they're expecting something one day. Not necessarily zombies, but it could be a mass plague or some kind of disease. You got the Center of the Disease Control in it, the CDC. You got one in the US. You got one in in England. Yep. All over Europe, all over the world, they've got their own kind of disease containment squad. For the want of a better way to describe it. So they're obviously expecting something to destroy a big part of humanity one day. Or why this big preparation?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Definitely. I can get you with there. I'm wondering if the Fireflies are even going to be a part. That's basically what you're talking about, the government, the Fireflies. That's basically what's left of the government. The Fireflies, I'm wondering if they're going to be that big of a deal in this one. Because you guys remember, you pretty much killed the leader.
Yeah.
So you kind of
but they're survivors too, right? They're not government. The Fireflies are just regular survivors, but they gave themselves a name and created a kind of following, but everyone's a survivor, really.
Yeah.
The government. I think the government in The Last of Us, they're just there to keep order.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, maybe it'll be more of that. We'll have to wait and see. But I like what I've seen so far. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I just hope these people that are doing video after video and stuff like that get what they want, or they're gonna be some butthurt if they only get 30 seconds, because they do have a major media event coming up, for the game, and it's closed. So now, so I have to wait and see what we get. But I'm excited for it. I'm more excited about the games that are coming, like State of Play. Give me, like I said, some more Final Fantasy VII news, stuff like that. The Iron Man, some more VR titles. I know that Sony just had a big press.
Just to be clear, so there's two events. One event is largely focused on The Last of Us Part 2, and the other one is just Sony's regular State of Play. But this State of Play is very late because it was meant to come within a week or two after Sony's last thing that they put out, because I tweeted it because I was told, but for some reason, maybe The Last of Us, maybe they just delayed it for some reason, maybe for The Last of Us, and the stuff we were meant to see like a month or two ago, we're going to see in this State of Play. But this State of Play is late, because I was told, and other people were told, people that other outlets, even bigger channels, way bigger than me, were told like within weeks we should expect a state of play, and I tweeted it, and I'm thinking a month passed, nothing, and I thought, what's going on? But then again, that's the thing, when you can only rely on their schedule. If they change their schedule, you can't do anything. What can you do?
Yeah, I get that. What else was there? There's supposedly another event too. Is going to happen in November. This is for. Hold on, let me get it out here. It's my notes. Yeah, it's for Japan Studio. They call it the Fun Meeting 2019, set for November 16th. You hear about this?
Fun meeting.
Yeah, Fun Meeting. That's what it's called.
It sounds like
Japan Studio Fun Meeting 2019. I don't know what to expect. 12s.
Sounds like it's for under 12s. The Fun Meeting.
I don't know what to expect.
Is it FUN or FUND?
FUN.
So it's fun.
Yeah, fun.
Well, maybe this is well, Sony Japan did say, like, because of the late life cycle of the PS4 and that we're at the end of it, that they're going to transition it, at least in Japan. I don't know how it's going to go for the rest of the world, but they're looking to appeal more to younger audiences.
They did hint at a few things about that, though.
Yeah, they said it loads of times. They've said it in investor meetings that they need to like extend more to the younger audience. So maybe this is what this is about, because they always do that at the end of their consoles. Do you notice that? It's for adults. It's for adults when it's like on fire and it's in its youth. And then when it gets to the end of its life cycle, it becomes the kiddies box. Cheap, affordable, SingStar, everybody.
They showed off. Well, they didn't really show off, but they pretty much are mentioning what's the game? The Ape Escape. That's what they're mentioning. The anniversary for Ape Escape and Toro. So the 20th anniversary will appear. Also, they said Astro from Astrobot will be here supposedly. So that's what they kind of told you right off the bat.
All right.
It's Japan Studio. There's only one thing I would like to see, and one thing that I would be super hyped to see, and all I need to see. They don't have to show gameplay. All they gotta do is show a title card, and that's Bloodborne. There you go, Bloodborne 2.
I knew already.
That's all I need to see.
Look, they know the world wants it. Well, not the whole world, but a section of the world of gamers want it. Enough people want it to make it viable. They know, but the thing with Japanese developers and publishers, they're very stubborn. They like to do things in their own time, not necessarily when the public demands. They're not into that supply and demand thing. They're more into, well, we'll do it when we want, and when it's ready, it's ready.
Yeah. Well, now it's just I know that they're really trying to. They being Sony is trying to get into China, with the Hero project. Now, is there a possibility that some of these studios will kind of start working with the Chinese studio?
Give me a second.
For longevity of the console.
Well, if they do, they're definitely going to be kiddie games, because China has such draconian policies when it comes to video games. Like, you can't even kill people in a game. Like, if you're having a game like Call of Duty, you have to replace them all with robots or something.
Yeah, true. That's a good point. Yeah, true.
Yep, good point. Oh. No.
I'll be honest with you though. I know Bloodborne's a loved game, and I can see why people love it. But I don't get on with that style of game. Like Bloodborne and what's the other one? There's loads of them.
After
Devil.
Bloodborne, yeah.
They're made by the same.
Neo was one.
Neo's one, but there's another one. Like I think there's 3 of them now. Started on the PS3. I can't remember the name.
Oh, the Souls
by
games?
the same. Yeah, the Souls games. The Dark Souls, Demon Souls games. I just can't get on with them. You know what it is? It's just too much. It's a lot of action, but it's just too much strategy involved. I don't mind being strategical, but sometimes when I play a game, I just want to have fun, like mindless entertainment. I don't want to get frustrated. I don't really like games that have like a trial and error mechanic. because I feel like I'm being robbed. Like you have to die before you can win. I don't like that. I like to play a game where I want to stay alive without dying if I can. Like Splinter Cell's like that. It's got a very much, you know, try and die style to it. In fact, Gears 5 I find is like that as well. It's like trial and error some of the time with these bosses. You know, you really got to die a couple times, then you figure it out. Oh, this is how you kill them. Yeah. So I don't know about. I haven't got the patience for that. But I know people love it though. I know people love it. So I'm not knocking that genre. You know, what's the genre called anyway? Action survival? What is it called?
As far as those games to me are just slash.
No, but there's a name for them, isn't there? Like Bloodborne.
Yeah, and they do kind of have their own.
It's got its own genre now, hasn't it? Like
like
based around being really difficult.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. Yeah, and it's Sekiro, Shadows Die 1,000 times. Whatever it's called. So
they're made for you. They're designed for you to die multiple times before you get it right. But you need a lot of patience for that. And believe me,
the games are trial and error. You gotta learn. It's like muscle memory.
Yeah. If I didn't have it, it's not even muscle memory.
Yeah, it is.
It's before you even. No, it's not even that. Before you get to the muscle memory stage, you're gonna die a lot before you even get to that stage. Muscle memory comes closer to the end of knowing what to do with that particular character or boss. Yeah. What I mean to say is this, right? If I didn't have a job, like a regular job, not the YouTube. Yeah. If I didn't have a child that needs my time and attention, maybe I'd have plenty of time for these games. But I need instant gratification in my games. I've got the time anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying? I've got to choose my gaming sessions very, very carefully, because between making videos, catering to my kid, going to work, and making these YouTube videos, it doesn't leave you a whole lot of time for gaming. Facts. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't. It takes a lot out of you, a lot of time out of you.
Yeah, no, you're right. It does. Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
No, I guess we can get into. Did everybody get their thoughts on this?
Yeah, you can move on.
Okay, my bad. I had to get my food downstairs. So I'll move on to this other one right here. This is with Death Stranding. Now, obviously, Hideo Kojima's got a lot of people confused still about the game, and he's not really helping the situation, obviously. But y'all already know Hideo Kojima is more likely trolling, and a lot of dudes are taking what he says to heart, and they don't understand the game. Basically, you know, that's just the case. But
let me. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, you can go ahead. Now, what you about to say?
No. Go ahead and get your. Go ahead and finish your the setup. And
well, basically, to add on to what was one of the topics. If I remember correctly, he said that Death Stranding was going to get more fun, or supposedly become fun, until it wasn't going to get fun until you get to halfway through the game. Supposedly, that's what he said. One of the comments. Yeah. So, what's you guys' thoughts on that?
Love it. I love it. I mean, we cannot. I love the fact that you have a group of people that say they want something different, and here it comes, and now they're complaining. What I have observed, when I do my woo-saw and I get the vision from the little gray men that come to my house every other weekend, you have a group of people who I think they're afraid of this game. Because again, I think they're afraid that White Zaddy is going to give it a high score, and they're not going to like that. Now, I don't care what the score is going to be. I'm buying the game, and I don't want to. Well, yeah, I don't want to know anything else about the game. I understand that there's going to be ways to transverse. What's going on. It should be. I like horror and sci-fi anyway. I'm more sci-fi. What I have seen has been extremely sci-fi, and it has my. So that's for me. But
you talking about Death Stranding. Yeah,
right? Death Stranding. Yeah. So I don't know what the point. You know what nobody's talking about is the throat baby. Like that thing has been pushed to the side now. Nobody has brought that up for almost a year. So
this is like a rerun. There's nothing new under the sun. Every Kojima game that comes out for the last 25 years, right? People always say, "Oh, I don't understand this," and it's not going to be good, and it always ends up being good.
Yeah, I mean, there were parts. I mean, Metal Gear is so unique in a sense about what it was really trying to convey that it went over a lot of people's heads. I mean, this, like I said, this is a guy who had you, if you played, was it Solid Part 2, whatever it was, you had to unplug your friggin' gamepad on your PlayStation and put it into the other side. True. And to win that round. That's one of the most, that actually made you get off the effing couch. You had to get up to figure this out. So this is what we're dealing with, and there's always something weird looking, like those dark things chasing you around on Metal Gear 5. What the hell are those dark things, you know? So, but at the end of it, it's a Kojima game. I just think people, because they're fighting their fake ass console war, they are afraid that Zaddy is going to give this a higher score than Gears 5.
People should be happy if a game, even if it's not on your platform choice or the platform you own, when is a game being scored well a bad thing? Why is it negative that a game is quality?
No, it's not. It's not. It being scored well is not the point. They're afraid it's going to score better than their piece of trash. So it's like, oh no, this is gonna be better. They're already afraid it's gonna win Game of the Year. I still don't see
who are they? Who are we? Who's they?
All the people that depend on Zaddy for their.
I still don't know who Zaddy is. Still don't know.
Okay, well, I've got a video. I'll send you on who Zaddy is. But at the end of the day, I just think that the game may be boring. I mean, when you're trying to figure it out, if it takes me 40 hours to figure it out, hey, look, I'm good. I'm happy. I'm trying to figure this out. What's the best way to do things? Maybe I do something for 4 hours and it turns out to be the wrong thing to do. I'm not going to get upset. I'm like, oh man, I got to go back and do some stuff differently. So that's gaming, folks. I mean, that is gaming. But we'll have to wait and see. But I'm excited about it. Like I said, I'm getting it. Midnight release, whatever you want to call it. I'm getting it. So
not long now. November 8th.
A lot of people are. It's crazy. A lot of people are just nitpicking the game like crazy, like everything they're seeing, like from him making grenades, and shit like that. I find it interesting that we do this for Death Stranding, but everybody was quiet with a certain character when it came to Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain. Remember that chick who was dancing in the rain for no obvious reason, just jumped in the rain?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that shit that was just unnecessary?
No, quiet.
Yeah, quiet. Remember she just started dancing in the rain.
Well, did you understand the way she was breathing? It was through photosynthesis. She wasn't using her lungs. She breathed a different way. Again, that's just something that Kojima put in the game. I hated that. Weird stuff. Yeah. I hated that sniper duel with her. It took almost 20 minutes to take her down.
Yeah.
And she mopped you.
The one thing that worries me about Death Stranding, if there is a concern, is that I don't need another open world game where time is being wasted for no reason at all, traveling for half an hour of my actual real time.
I mean,
it's like I find it, even in Gears, like it's similar to Gears 5 in a way. Like, Death Stranding has these wide open sprawling. Well, Gears kind of has this traveling section where you're on this kind of, it's like a snow bike thing with a big giant. I don't know what they call it. Some kind of contraption, yeah. And you're going through the desert and the snow, and it's just there to take up game time. Because if 1 minute they tell you to go there, you go there, and then you got to travel another 3,000 kilometers to the other side of the map, and there's nothing going on in between. It's like, so this is how they made the game 20 hours. I don't need another game. I don't need another game like that. An open world game where it's just fluff, time wasting. I ain't got time for that, man. Look, gone are the days when I had 600 hours to play The Witcher 3 on Death March, which is the hardest, which is hard. Playing that is like a Souls game when you play it on Death March. And I completed that on that 3 times. So it isn't really to do with your skill. It's nothing to do with skill. It's the type of game you like, that you get on with, type of game that you want to invest your time in.
Does it remind you of Metal Gear Solid 4 by any chance? Like, I'm getting Metal Gear Solid 4 vibes with Death Stranding just for the gameplay. Like, slow out. Yeah.
It's his trademark, though, isn't it?
It's like he benchmarked it off of Metal Gear Solid 4. Like, like when you threw the grenade, remember how like the little aim sister, all that is literally the exact same from Metal Gear Solid 4. The exact same. So I'm wondering if that's like the benchmark he built it from.
But I agree with Fox here. I just think a lot of people are just nitpicking, and I agree with both what you all have said. It's just, I mean, we're not even a week and a half. We're not 2 weeks out from Gears 5 coming out, and they don't have nothing else to talk about. They have nothing else to talk about. I saw a video today by a Big Cloud Service podcaster when the Xbox has no more AAA games coming out until Halo 5, unless there's a surprise, or was it
Halo 5?
Or Halo Infinite.
Halo 5 is next gen, bro.
Yeah. Well, Halo Infinite. So that's there's nothing left. Whereas you guys, I mean, we get to talk about. I guess they have Code Vein, but they don't have anything exclusive coming out to that platform. You know, the Star Wars game will come out, and that will be on PlayStation. The other one, that other game is coming out through Obsidian. Outer Worlds.
The Outer Worlds, yeah.
Yeah, they're not talking about this. This game will be out in like 4 more weeks. They're not talking about it. Talk about that, you know. So it's just
they're talking about it, but not like the masses that you would hope for, you know, for a game of this caliber. Because remember, this is from the Xbox Game Studios, so you would expect a lot, from this,
What they're not talking. What they're not talking about?
The Outer Worlds.
I mean, they're talking down on something that they're not even going to play. I mean, go ahead and play Outer Worlds. I mean, I'm gonna play Outer Worlds. So, but
Outer Worlds is not an Xbox game, though, is it?
It's Obsidian. That's one of their first-party studios.
It's exclusive as Obsidian.
Yeah, but they made that game before they signed it.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you're right. But it's gonna be on Game Pass.
I don't class it as Microsoft. Even though it is with Microsoft, but that was already in motion before they even signed. Years before they signed that.
Fair enough, but I mean, it will be on Game Pass, which is a service that they're pushing. So again, I don't know why I know why they're nitpicking. It's unfortunate that they've been put in this position where they feel like they have to, because they don't.
Look, they've released a great game just a week or two ago. Gears 5 is awesome. I love Gears 5.
Yeah,
I love it, but I just feel like there's parts of it that are unnecessary.
Yeah, well, a lot of people do. I mean, don't feel
just like even in Horizon Zero Dawn, like I love that game, love Aloy, but there are some parts of the game which are unnecessary. I find that in Far Cry 5 as well. In fact, all open world games have unnecessary shit in them. When I played Red Dead Redemption 2, loved the game, graphics amazing, gameplay amazing, but it got boring in places. It got really boring.
Yeah. Well, no, I agree.
Well, I even thought the game was finished, and then I had another 6 hours to go. They made me think it was all over, and then another 6 hours of gameplay to go. I thought, when's this fucking thing gonna finish? I finally finished it. Same thing with Red Dead, the original Red Dead. Love that too. But when you get to the end, it ain't really the end. It's like you start.
It's like the start of a new one.
Starting again, but it's a very quick start to a quick finish. But it's just, I don't know, man. It's just weird.
They tried to cram a lot. There was a lot of lore they crammed into part 2.
But some things are unnecessary. I mean,
yes.
Yeah. Red Dead Redemption 2 was big enough that you didn't need to feel like you were starting again when the finale happened.
Yeah.
The ending, like the real ending, because when you think it's all over in Red Dead Redemption 2, it's not. So you get this start feeling again that you're starting. And from that start feeling again to the end, the real ending, some games are shorter than that. In fact, Order 86 is shorter than the last part of Red Dead Redemption 2 where you thought it had ended, but carrying on. Honestly, because it took me 5-6 hours when I thought it was finished, and that's roughly the Order 86's full time of gameplay. So sometimes they can give you too much, like, in a game that you don't really need. It's like fluff. Dying Light, I can name a dozen games where you just they got you doing stuff you just don't really want to do, but you have to progress the story.
That's true. Yeah. And again, it's disappointing that they've been put in this position. So I thought the people do the nitpicking and complaining. So it may take an hour or two. And with Kojima's games, we all know what you're doing for the first 3 to 4 hours, what you think the MacGuffin is, it will not be what you're really supposed to be doing. you know, you didn't realize you were supposed to, like the Metal Gear 5. You were putting together that team. That was kick ass. I mean, I thought we were gonna like take over some stuff. Like, no, you're just putting
even dare I say it, even bits of Spider-Man bored me. I love Spider-Man, completed it, but parts of it bored me. There were little things little gameplay nooks that all of them do to pad out a game that annoyed me. Like, it's so obvious that you have to go and find these things. You have to. It's not like a side mission. You gotta go and find these things before you can go and see this person who's going to progress the story. I'm like, cut the bullshit, man.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, a good point. Yeah, it's always something they're going to add. But I have to wait and see what Kojima's talking about. I'm interested in the Decima engine, how he improves on it, which we know he's going to have some crazy stuff on it. So I'm excited for it. Like I said, I'm excited for Code Vein and Final Fantasy and stuff like that. So the Star Wars game, real excited about the Star Wars game. So let's bring it on. The more the merrier. I'll be broke.
All right.
Probably taking Lyft to work.
Okay. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hit that like button, people. Hit that like button. Appreciate y'all coming through, though. Appreciate it. Let's get into this E3 2020.
Before you do that, Ryan, can I just say one last thing?
Oh, great.
You know, like, I know it's not a very good example, but I'm talking about the structure of the game more than the mechanic of the game.
What for Death Stranding?
So forget about the button prompts and all that stuff that happens. But you know, that David Cage. You know their last game.
Yeah, Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit. Become Human.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I enjoyed that so much because he had a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Right.
And you knew when it was all gonna happen, and he had many endings.
Yeah.
But it was very structured. Linear is the word I'd like to use, but sometimes linear can give you a better experience than open world. Sometimes, because you get the conclusion you're looking for rather than forget half the story because you'd be doing all this other shit you didn't need to do.
Right.
How many people out there have had to start an open world game again because they moved on to something and played it, and then when they went back to the game, they totally forgot where they were, what they were doing, so they had to restart the game. I'm sure there's a lot of people that's done that.
I've not done that. But, I'm sure it happens. I'm not gonna say it hasn't happened. So I did that. Well, matter of fact, no, I did that with Witcher 3 because I'm doing another replay through it, and I can't get the character to level up like I used to. I don't know what I did differently, but I can't get my guy to level up. But it's still good. It's still, like you said, it's still a good game. And I agree.
Metal Gear Solid 4 is better than Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah,
for that reason. For the reason that it's structured better and it's linear, so you know what you're doing, why you're doing it, and there's nothing to forget. Even when you go away and come back, there's nothing to forget. But open world games, you can forget sometimes because you're playing so many other games. You're like, you go back to it and you're like, oh, I've only done 2 hours. Might as well start again. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't hurt to start to lose 2 hours in the game. But if you've done half the game, you might not want to start it again. I understand that point.
Yeah, I get that. What was the other one here? Should I go with this, or y'all want to go right to PS5? You want to get into the PS5 portion?
Oh, let's say PS5.
Okay,
Save it.
There's some big changes coming to E3 2020, guys. Now you guys remember the traditional formula for E3. This is basically what they're saying. The traditional formula for E3 is kind of like a business perspective. Like they'll have all the companies come out, they'll show off whatever technology they got, whether it be the consoles, they'll show off the software. And that's pretty much it. And then they'll shoehorn the gamers in there as if like they're press. Yeah, I notice how like the gamers are kind of in the back and the press is kind of in the front. They always done that. They're talking about changing it up, guys. They're talking about turning E3 into more of like a festival or kind of like a Super Bowl for gamers now. They're trying to like legit change it up. What y'all think? The reason why they're doing this is because they want to improve, I think, attendance. I think that's why they said they want to do this.
Nah, it's not that. Let me chime in real quick. The real reason is Sony hurt their feelings. When Sony said, it used to be a trade show and it timed perfectly with what we were doing, but now it's not a trade. Now it's not like that anymore. Things have changed. And they didn't like that. So now they're trying to move themselves away from that trade show vibe and make it more about, you know, personalities and celebrities and influencers, which is going to ruin it. Ruin it, I tell you. When you start bringing people from other mediums and people who are just looking clout, you know, like, let's be honest, influencers, they started off as clout chasers. They didn't get to where they got to without seeking clout. So really, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, right, think about it. You're going to have a bunch of celebrities who don't really care that much about gaming. Yeah. They're just there because they're being paid to show up. So that's disingenuous, right? It's like Paris Hilton turning up to the Xbox 360 launch. Like, she don't really give a damn. She just turned up for it. She probably gave it away, the free console she got. But what I'm trying to say is Sony hurt their feelings. So now they're trying to change the whole ethos and everything that it's about. But it's not going to work because you're appealing to the wrong people. Influencers don't really have that much as much power as people think they do, you know.
It's content.
You know, people have their own minds. People know what they like when they see it, when they feel it. People know they don't need an influencer to tell them, oh, buy this game. Because that makes you a drone. That makes you a sheep. If someone's told you the game's good, you did no research. You're just going to take them on their word.
Right,
because
took their word
because you think they're trustworthy. Well, let me tell you, people don't tell you to buy games for free. Something's going on in the background.
Facts.
They're getting paid to tell you to buy the game. Or why are they telling you to buy the game? They're not suddenly a salesperson for that publisher or company, are they? You think they're doing it for nothing? Exactly. So I'm not into this whole influencer business. Don't get me wrong. I got nothing against influencers per se, but when you're bringing them into E3 to try and change it along with celebrities, you're taking away what the real essence of gaming, and it becomes a marketing, they're even talking about people queuing up. You're gonna have marketing people come up to you and try and sell you shit while you're queuing up. Get out of here, man.
But here's the that's not how it works.
I think they can make it more of a destination, like have the esports the finals at E3. Because esports, if people don't know,
that will help. Like, you really think?
Well, I think as far as you're exposing different people because they show esports on like ESPN and TNT or something like that. So I'm just saying they could or have the Madden championship or a FIFA championship at E3 just to give it a more of a gamer vibe. It has become it's always been corporate, but it's corporate overload now. I mean, to the people where there were some people in the community that fell asleep.
Yeah, it can be cool if it's there in the background, but not. I wouldn't say like have it on the main center stage. That's what I wouldn't.
Yeah, and so the E3 comes after the main show, which is CES. If you want, because that's more of a technology expo, you know. And if the rumor is true about influencers going and stuff like that, that's fine. It's just I would like to see it get back to what it was. I was watching the TV show G4. It was just a fun show. It was game after game.
Adam Sessler.
Adam Sessler, Morgan Webb. Yeah. So at the end, it's just it just feels hollow now, you know, and it feels like Gamescom feels more of like a gamer conference than it is corporate. There's corporations there too. They always will be, but they seem to be more in the background at Gamescom. So, but yeah, hopefully E3 can get back to its roots. I mean,
why don't they just change their date? Look, if they want to placate the big companies around their planning, why don't they just change the date? It doesn't have to be in fucking June. Why does it have to be in June? Change the date. And that fixes everything, because if Sony's main argument is it doesn't tie into our timeline, and I'm assuming Microsoft's timeline isn't so dissimilar to Sony's because they seem to release their consoles at the same time, a lot of their strategies at the same time. So I assume everyone's on the same schedule in terms of, you know, their yearly output of product. So why not just change the date? Why are you changing the actual program? Don't change the program. E3 was fine on, 3 years ago, 2016. It was amazing. Back in the day, 10 years ago, E3 was at its prime. Yeah. Honestly. Now, it's like E3 don't know what it is. It's lost its identity. And it's all to do with that date, June. Just change the dates. That's all you have to do. Change the date, man. Have it in January. Sony said, we do our stuff in January. We'll do it in January then. If you're planning out for the year, do it in January. Choose another month.
Yeah.
See, sounds simple, innit? Just choose another month.
Well, but CES is in that area too, you know. So, but no, I don't disagree.
That's not gonna hurt it. That won't hurt it.
Yeah.
A different crowd goes to CES. CES is a consumer electronics show. It deals with cars, TVs, not just video games. I don't think it will hurt it.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Disagree. Yeah, I see. I got what you're saying. Yeah, I just hope it gets back to more of what it was.
Yeah.
Do it in December. Do it in December. Let's have a nice pre-Christmas E3. That would be great. Imagine that.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. As
long as if it's about the software and obviously the hardware, sure, fine. But I don't want like random stuff just crammed into it. Kind of like you just fill in a void for a show. Kind of like you would see at E3. Yeah, like not even an E3. Kind of like you would see one of those Ubisoft conferences. Remember how like they always like throw Just Dance in there and like they have like little performances. I don't want stuff like that. Yeah, I don't want stuff like that.
I don't feel any of the platform holders are gonna use E3 anymore for their console reveals. I honestly don't. Maybe Microsoft will, but I don't feel like the others are. They're gonna have their own events now. Sony's gonna hold their own meeting for PS5. Nothing to do with E3. You might get some trailers and stuff at E3. Maybe they'll even show up and do a conference. Who knows? But I'm not holding my breath. But E3 should go back to the old days where you had all of the boring, big wigs of the companies come on. It was cheesy, but it was reliable. We knew what we were getting then. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like Kazurai came on stage. You had the Xbox slot, Jay Allard.
They talk a little bit about the
future.
Those
were the days. Yeah. Those were the days when you had they came on. It was a proper stage show. Game talk. Yes. Trailer. Here's one more thing before we go. Bring it back.
Yeah. Definitely. I agree.
And that's what was so cool about PSX was they were like, "Hey, thanks for coming. We got one more thing to show you before you get out of here." It's the last of us part 2. But it's well, hopefully they get back.
You talking about when he showed off Spider-Man? I'm gonna show you one last true exclusive. Now I'm gonna get out of here.
Well, no, this is when they showed off the last of it.
Oh,
and, it wasn't E3. That was PSX. Yeah, Spider-Man, I didn't understand why people thought that game was going to be multi-plat when Sean Layton clearly came out there and said, we have one more game to show you. It's the true exclusive. It will be on the PlayStation platform, and it was Spider-Man. I'm like, and then you have people complaining, like I said, I mean, it's voice.
You know what? People forget. Some of the best lines have been said at E3. Do you remember Reggie Fils-Aimé took a shot at Sony when he said, our portable's ready. There's not my problem. Do you remember those days?
Yeah. I do remember that. Well, what about when Sony went up there
and then of course that one line that became a meme for years to come. My body is ready.
And look, here's how you share games like that. We love all that stuff. It's fun.
That was brutal.
It's unexpected. You can't really replicate that in Sony's Nintendo Direct equivalent. You can't really do it because it's too straight laced. You got a voiceover and games like no jokes. Do you know what I'm saying? There's no jokes. There's no drunk presenter coming on. I miss the days with a drunk one coming on saying, this is our game. I fucking love it. Joseph Fares said, fuck the Oscar.
That was the funniest shit ever. Just came out of left foot. This is all about gaming, man. Fuck the Oscars. Fuck them.
That wasn't E3. That wasn't E3. It was the Game Awards. It was live. It was on stage. And it was unexpected.
And 0 fucks was given. He told it out one. That ain't crazy. Fuck the Oscars. Fuck them all.
Now we're gonna get. Now we're gonna get like state of plays. Nintendo Directs, which is fine, but I don't mind having those things in addition. I don't mind having those things in addition. I don't want like the live presence to go away. I like the whole live thing.
Yeah. Well, and again, I don't mind. We had the state of play. Sony had said, at least Sean Layton in the interviews, had said they had to do a better job of interacting with their fan base, and we have state of play, which I don't mind.
They were doing well.
And don't forget it though. We gotta pay homage to Kazurai and the infamous. Yeah, one of the #1 best-selling games for the PlayStation. I'm proud to announce it's coming to PlayStation 3. Ridge Racer.
Oh my God!
Ridge. He went like this. He went. This is how he did.
Ridge Racer.
He went. We have a new game. I'm proud to say, Ridge Racer.
Yeah,
like those do. It's always cringe.
But they also said that the PlayStation 3 was so awesome that people were going to get second jobs.
Yeah, he did. He did say that. Like,
so there are a lot of lines, but
dudes are going to work second jobs for this. I'm like, bro, no, they're not. Stop.
There was a lot of chest beat. You know what? When it's live, you get a lot of chest beating. Yeah. But when it's done in directs and state of plays, none of that happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and also the infamous one with Donnie D. If you don't have internet, you just play on 360. All that was easy.
Yep.
He had a bad day. That's what I tell people. Well, he had a bad day because they fired him. He was leaving, but they told him to leave early. Something like that. You got to go. And he was leaving. And they were like, "Well, yeah, you can leave. Go ahead and leave."
Do y'all remember the reaction from the crowd? Like, you can literally hear a pin drop in the stadium as soon as he said PlayStation 3 will arrive this summer at $600. Everybody just went, "What?"
Yeah, it was the same quiet that Xbox got it there. It was kind of like, okay, did you just see what happened last generation?
Yeah.
60 on steroids.
Good times, man. Good times.
You know what's funny?
Good times.
You know what's funny? 600 back then would be 700 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tree fitting.
Let's move on. Some other topics here. Let's get into some good news for Microsoft. For Gears 5, they did claim that they had broke records. Gears 5 is the biggest selling game for their Xbox Game Studio, so congrats to them.
Is it really? I thought everyone played it on Game Pass.
Yeah, this is what they're saying. But also, I'm glad you said that because, as soon as this dropped, right, so when this info came out, there was an article that came out that said the sales are bad. And they were actually comparing the sales, and supposedly, in the UK, physical-wise, Gears 5 only did 20,000.
What?
Yeah, because they give people the opportunity to play it for $1.
Yeah.
Why would you buy it?
Yeah.
Why would you buy it if you got internet connection? If you got
here's a cool thing
why
too.
Why the hell would you buy an Xbox game?
Yeah. Here's a crazy thing too, Fox, to add a little more context to it. So this was 20,000 for Gears 5. For Gears 4, guess how much Gears 4 did in its launch. In the UK. In the UK, I'm sorry. In the UK.
60,000.
It did 80,000 in the UK.
Close. Not
close,
too far.
Close. Gears 3, guess how much that did in the UK? In its launch week.
That did well in its launch week in the UK. Gears 3, that was some time ago, and 360 was dominating in the UK.
To help to get straight to it,
I'd say around 300K.
Yes, yeah, that's your own point. Yes, that is true. It did 300,000 on.
Wow, I guessed.
You got it. That was it. It was like 320,000 in the UK.
Wow, I just guessed that, man.
You're right point. That's right. That's right.
What do I get for that? Tell me.
Get a cookie.
Oh, I'll take it. I'll take it.
But if you compare that, right, and again, they said it's the biggest launch, so you got to take what they're saying and you look at these numbers. 300,000 for Gears 3, right? Then you drop to 80,000 for Gears 4 and into 20,000 for Gears 5. What do you really see the problem here? Is it really Gears 5? Is it gamer fatigue, or is it Game Pass?
It's Game Pass. Look,
Game Pass.
I'm playing the best version of Gears 5, and it's on my PC, and I didn't pay to play it.
Yeah.
I got my trial free because I bought AMD.
Mm-hmm.
I got 3 months. I got 3 months free. Ultimate Game Pass. AMD and Microsoft had some kind of cross promotion thing going on. If you bought an AMD graphics card or products, in the Ryzen range, then you'd get 3 months. So I've got it until December, and damn sure I'm going to finish all those games. I've downloaded Gears 5, Forza Horizon 4, Prey, Kingdom Come Deliverance, even Dead Rising 4. Yeah, Dead Rising 4. Games that I never really bothered with on the Xbox.
Right.
Like I've got them on because the reason why I took out Game well, I didn't really take it out. I've taken up the trial for 3 months is because I just got the PC, and when you get a new platform, like it can be expensive if you want to play all those games, right? So for me, I'm not gonna say anything bad about Game Pass in terms of the PC, but I will say don't be surprised, Microsoft, if your games aren't selling at retail, if you're giving them away for $1 for the month, because every time a big game seems to come out, they give you this dollar promotion. Like, why are you doing that? You shouldn't do the dollar promotion when the day the game comes out. Do that afterwards, like 4 weeks later or something.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad for that because, like, literally, you can't deny that anybody was going to play the game at this point. I mean, you were $1, you know what I'm saying, for one, but then you can get an additional 2 months for $2.
Ryan, what do people do with Netflix, and what do people do with HBO and all those other streaming services?
Oh, bro, if a movie comes on in the library,
when their favorite show like Game of Thrones comes on or whatever, right? They'll take out the subscription, and then as soon as it finishes, they kill their subscription because they're not interested. They're only interested in one thing. So people are going to treat Game Pass the same way. When a big game comes out, I'm just gonna
let's try it out or look for a way to get it for free.
I'm gonna rent it, finish it up for $1, and then I'm gonna cancel my subscription. So how Microsoft making money?
And this would this also goes back to an article. I don't know if you remember this particular article, but remember when Phil came out and legit said that Game Pass will indeed increase game sales, or it increases game sales. You remember that? A while back, he stated this.
Yeah, I do. I did.
You remember that? He legit said Game Pass increases. Yeah, and
so
I'm like, okay.
Does that make sense? So people who have
Rent
taken
the game.
out Game...
Yeah.
No, so what he's saying is people who have taken out Game Pass, had the opportunity to complete the game, but decided not to, or did complete the game, but loved it so much, I'm going to buy it physically to play it all over again. The game I've already just completed, just because I love my... No, I don't think that's happening. Maybe 1 or 2 diehards are doing that. When I say 1 or 2, I mean 10 or 20,000, because clearly they sold that many. But most people, when they finish a game for $1, they're not going to go and spend $60 for the same fucking experience just so they own it.
They're not. It's ridiculous. And well, I don't think you got the ultimate. Like when you get Ultimate Game Pass, I don't think they included DLC for Gears 5. So you kind of just asked out of luck there. But that was kind of the payoff. You know what I'm saying? You buy into the service, then you buy additional shit. But again, you don't really need it. It's not necessary.
Listen, what do you think I'm doing? What do you think? Listen, do you know the day I took out the subscription for 3 months for free? I didn't even pay $1 or a pound or €1 for free. Guess what I did the minute I activated it? I put in my calendar on my phone the day before the subscription runs out so I can cancel it. Because I know I've got it until December and those games will be completed and there's nothing else that I'm going to want to play on Game Pass. So I'm going to cancel it.
I mean, they're throwing multi-plats on here.
Money. Yeah. They're not going to make any money out of me.
Yeah, they're throwing multi-plats on this. Like, multi-plats are going to be the saving grace. I'm like, that might help, entice some people, but that's not going to be the saving grace.
The only multi-plats that go on Game Pass are the ones that sold terribly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
The commercial failures find a home on Game Pass. If you're talking multi-plats, I'm talking about, not Microsoft's titles.
Yeah.
Any multi-plats that go on there, they're usually old or they're commercial flops. Not saying they're bad games. They could
just
be
didn't do well.
Very good games.
Yeah.
But they only got onto Game Pass because that was their last hope. It's the last ditch hotel. After Game Pass, there's nowhere for the game to go, so it might as well go to Game Pass.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is true.
It's on because both Tomb Raider games are on Game Pass.
That's true. Yeah. Shout out to Tomb Raider was on there, and shout out to Tomb Raider. What? It was on there within like a month of it coming out.
It felt like it.
Yeah, like a month after a month launch, it was on Game Pass.
That's why a certain community, our brother Craig would say, they need to stop saying one and done, because that's how Game Pass is being treated, as a one and done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad. Definitely bad. I will agree with that 110%. Just Hopefully it gets better, but the way things have been going, it's not really.
I'm glad it's there because, like I said, I just got a PC. I haven't had to pay for any of these games. If I had to, I've downloaded like 10, 11, 12 games, right? Do the math. Some of them are going to be on sale, right? Maybe 25, equivalent of dollars or pounds, right?
Yes.
But a lot of them are still 60. Now I would have had to spend a lot, £600-700 on these games, easily. The ones I want to play, easily. You do the math, right? Add up the games. Not just the games I've already downloaded, but the games I'm going to download again before December comes. It's probably going to end up about 700 worth of games. And Microsoft didn't get even a UK pound out of me. Not even a UK sovereign, not a nugget, not a gold nugget, not a grain of rice, not a straw of hay, not even a pea out of a pod. Nothing from me. And this is what Microsoft need to be smart. Microsoft need to find a way to entice people like me, freeloaders, people who don't want to pay, people like me, who want opportunity for freeness. They need to find a way to make people like me stick around. And I'm afraid this is not the way, because they're doing the Netflix thing. And I cancel Netflix as soon as Narcos. I watched Narcos, cancelled. A year later, I subbed again because the season 2 came out. Guess what I did when I watched season 2, binged on it. 2 days it took me to watch everything. Cancelled. I cancelled before I even have to cancel.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, to me, it's a bad. Here's the thing, and I think, and shout out to God, I can't think. I mean, have they changed their metrics? Because they used to say we're going to report.
Yeah, they did.
They changed them again. So this is not working. So eventually, and I said this before, Game Pass will be on the Nintendo Switch, and it will be offered to PlayStation.
Yeah, to add on what you were about to say there, Craig, they stated that they will no longer, I got it right in front of me, they said they will no longer include gaming revenue or Xbox Live monthly users in their earnings report. That's what you're talking about, right?
So what? So basically nothing.
Yeah.
So
and so instead they will report Xbox content and service revenue growth. That's what they're going to be reporting.
Well, their gaming sales are down close to 10%. I have stock in that company. So I get that stuff, but they don't now. I don't know whether it's game, but I'm not a whale, meaning I'm not a major shareholder. So but because that's pathetic. I mean, they have officially been run out of the console. They're out.
It's definitely weird at this point. You can't even deny it. It's weird.
Microsoft, they are correct though. It is one of their most successful IP. You know why? Because of engagement. Because how many millions of people downloaded it for free and played it? That's what drove the engagement so high, right? But the thing is, that doesn't equate to sales, though. It's all right to tell your investors, when your investors turn up and say, "How are you doing? Show us the books." You can't say to them, 10 million people played Gears 5. How many people bought it? How many people bought it?
That's why I didn't understand.
In the UK, 20,000. How many in America? Well, 200,000 lifetime. Where's the money?
And people get into denial when you bring this up. I'm like, guys, I didn't pay a dime for Game Pass. I got it for free for my birthday. I turned 27 on August the 30th. Yeah. Microsoft hooked me up with the points that you get on your Microsoft account. I got a message saying, here's some points, and they did a happy birthday thing for me, and I used that to get Game Pass.
This is not a sustainable business.
Give it a free. Sorry. Literally.
It's not sustainable. Like Netflix is in debt.
Yeah.
Why are they in debt with all those subscribers? They got hundreds of millions of subscribers, haven't they, around the world?
Yes.
Why are they in debt? I tell you why. Because people will be subscribing, watching, and then, I don't want to pay monthly every month for the year. I'm only going to pay for it when I want to watch something. That's how most people use, and people be sharing Netflix too.
Yes.
If I want,
These are my sisters right now. 3 accounts.
How many people I know with Netflix that have offered me their email and everything to log on, and I still don't take it. You know what I'm saying? You know how many people I know, friends and family, say, share my Netflix. I don't have to pay a bean, and I still don't bother. Because Netflix, to me, if I want to really watch something, if I really want to watch something, I'm not going to Netflix. If I'll find another way to watch it, man. Someone's got it on DVD. Someone's got it on.
Just get a
Blu-ray.
Fire Stick.
Hey, I'll just buy. I'll just buy. I mean, I bought Narcos on Blu-ray, so I guess it works for Netflix because when I watched their seasons on Netflix, right, it made me want to buy it and own it. But I'm afraid that's not the same thing. It doesn't quite equate to Microsoft and buying their games after sampling it for free. Because, I mean, you know, I'm not a collector of movies, but I do like to own all of those gangster type movies like Casino, Scarface, Narcos, Goodfellas. I like to have
American Gangster, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I like to have them on Blu-ray because I just like to fish them out every once in a blue moon. Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't work the same with games, though. I can watch a movie over and over. I can't do that with keep playing the same game, finishing it over years and years. I can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a movie's how long? 2.5 hours max. If you're talking about a Martin Scorsese movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 hours, 2.5. A game is 50 hours, 10 hours, 20 hours. It's not the same. Like you can't. It's not the same. You know, equivalency. It's just not the same.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
I don't want to rant on, but I'm just saying I don't think it's sustainable. I don't think it's sustainable.
It's taking us back to when Microsoft made that claim. Oh yeah, we think, or no, not we think. Like we like later talking about the power advantage for the Scarlet versus Pro. Remember that joint?
Yeah. Well, just
it was like it's bringing you to that. It's like either you know or you don't know your score. You know, if you don't know what you got, just tell like.
Well, the fact that they changed their metrics. That's I've never seen that happen before. I've never seen a company that makes this type of money that is very shrewd.
I mean, have you seen a company drop so many narratives though? Remember, at the start, we're focused on giving you the biggest first party exclusives, you know, that the competition can only dream of, you know? At the start of this.
Yeah, you're right. No,
then we went for that to going, okay, we don't need that. Those are anti-consumer. We need to engage everybody and bring them together, and then we get into Game Pass. So yeah, you've seen so many narratives this year.
Is it true? Do people share Game Pass? Is it true?
Yes, pretty sure.
So they've got no secure. So Microsoft being the big software company that. With all this security,
I think it carries over if you have a PC. I think that's how it works. You can use the same one for PC and console. I think that's how it works.
So basically, someone on PC never has to pay as long as they know someone who's got an Xbox account.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So Microsoft a little bit more light comes to you know, a little bit more light shed on this.
Yeah, but hold on, don't Microsoft create security programs for big corporations to protect their information and stuff, and they can't even find a way. They can't find a way to stop that shit. I mean, Sony's did. Remember when you could on PS3 you could have 7 accounts on all these people playing your games. Then they narrowed it down to just 1.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
So I don't get it. How is Microsoft making money? From these big, I mean, Gears 5 is not a cheap game. It's a big budget game.
That's a AAA budget. You can rival. You can say it rivals that of a movie, right? Because the production.
Their gaming revenue is down close to 10%. So they're transitioning. I mean, I've got the stuff right here in front of me. Yeah, that's why I put myself on pause.
I think Microsoft's money is mainly coming from Xbox Live.
It has to be. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. It kind of brings you back to the whole thing with Mixer. Remember how they're really focused on getting people on Mixer? I don't think they care necessarily about the numbers on Mixer. They care about the amount of accounts that are made for the Microsoft accounts. That's what they're looking for that.
That's a weird. You know what? It's all right for developers to know how many people are playing their game.
Yeah.
The man King Thrash said in the comments. Yeah, all right. Engagement's great for developers. But what does it do for you financially, though?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's great to know. I could invite millions. I could invite people, right, somewhere, and no, let me rephrase that. I could invite not millions because they won't fit in my house. I could invite a bunch of people into my house. No, I could invite a bunch of people into my house, feed them at my own expense. Everyone's watered and fed. Then they leave, and I don't make a dime. what kind of business is it? How does it work? I mean, Xbox Live, yeah, you make your money on Xbox Live. People want to play online, yeah. So people are going to continue. That's a reoccurring fee that really has to, you can't pick when you want to play online. You want to play online. It's not like watching Netflix, right? It has to be available to you all the time, right? So I understand the money being made monthly there or annually there, but with Game Pass, I'm baffled how they're making money, especially producing these AAA games like Gears 5.
I'm telling you, you're going to see quality drop in some way. I can feel it. Quality is going to drop on these games some way.
Dude, Halo Infinite is meant to be the most expensive video game ever
No, I'm
made.
talking about like in terms of like let's say modes, for example. They'll cut certain modes if they need to. I can see shit like that happen in the future.
Same here.
Oh man, this is not sustainable business. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's
not,
weird.
it's
like
not,
you don't want to work for free. You don't work for free. That's one of the number one things you don't do. You don't work for free, and that's kind of what Microsoft's telling their studios: you work for free.
They got to pay all of those. You know how much staff they have to pay for all of those studios?
It's a lot. Let me give a shout out to El Matador. Appreciate the $5 super chat, brother. I didn't even see it. I thank you, brother. He said, "What's good, panel? Ghost of Tsushima news incoming. I can feel it. Sony about to drop the pipe bomb." I actually do have some information on Ghost of Tsushima. I'm gonna definitely get into that after we're done with this. But appreciate it again. Thank you, brother. Yeah. What was you about to say, Foxy?
I can't remember now.
You don't remember? I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. It's all right. It couldn't have been important if I can't.
No, it's crazy. Just crazy. Like the whole situation involving them and these studios.
Well, if Microsoft is making money, it's a big secret because they're not telling nobody how they're making money.
Right. You're just throwing everything out there.
On paper, this isn't making no money. So I don't know how.
The mere
and people can't say, "Oh, well, use math. They charge you $1, right, for the service." No, again, you can't use that merit because they gave it away for free. Numerous of them
not only
for free.
But they are a for-profit company on friggin' Wall Street, and they're not reporting this revenue, or if they are, they're putting it somewhere else where nobody knows where to look, which is legal, but it's dirty. But to me, the fact that they changed their own metric from just a year and a half ago is amazing to me. I mean, that's kind of blown me away. I mean, if you're going to say that we're going to be doing it like this from now on, and then you say we're not even going to do that, that is straight up craziness right there. That's wow, that's really, I'm shaking my head, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, my Xbox I got is modified. People keep emailing me like, how come I got one? It was modified. I don't have an Xbox.
You know, I can see Microsoft resorting to, if they haven't already, they're gonna flood Xbox Live with all types of advertisements. Mixer, you're gonna be watching Mixer and an advert just comes on like YouTube. You're gonna have to pay to remove that shit. You know, like you download an Android app and you got the free version. You got the free version, which is full of ads, and you've got the version you can pay for with no ads. I think you're gonna get that kind of service with Microsoft, where if you want to remove that,
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Like Hulu, Fox, you get the
there's no other way. I can't look. I'm not a businessman in the sense of Microsoft, but this, you need. Common sense tells you there's no other way you can make money from people.
Yes.
Who's only spending $1. The only way you can make money from them
is if like they're really buying into the game like a service, like buying the DLC and whatnot.
No, loot boxes, DLC, $25 to wear a pink outfit. Things like that, right? That's the only way but that's gonna leave a bad taste in people's mouths, and it's gonna give you an even worse reputation. Because they're gonna say that you're nickel and diming. It's almost turning into the mobile style where, game's free or really cheap, but guess what? We're gonna force all these ads on you while you're playing. You're gonna have to fill out this survey, and that you're gonna have to give us your information, like your email address and how old are you and what's your credit card limit and what's your household budget.
Especially with that spooky shit that was revealed not too long ago with the Kinect was supposedly listening. Y'all remember that? That was revealed?
Oh,
yeah, that's some spooky shit right there.
Soon you'll have your Xbox asking you, have you had an accident in the last 3 years?
Oh, God.
Yeah, you're right. It wasn't shocking. Yeah. It's just that's disappointing. I mean, you know, that's a disappointing thing. And I can see now why what's happened here is that people look they public,
slowly shifted into it. That's
yeah, the consumer has rendered their judgment on Xbox and they don't want it. That's just not in the mass numbers they need to keep going. So,
and by the way, this wouldn't be the first time they put ads on an Xbox. Remember, they did that with the 360. There were ads in the dashboard.
It could
wouldn't be the first time.
It could get worse. Imagine you are on a trial for Xbox Game Pass, right? So you're not an annual customer, right? So you're a casual customer. You're not signed up for the year, right? I can imagine Microsoft doing this one day. You're playing Gears 6 or whatever, and just after the boss fight, an ad comes on, like it's a film.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then after the ad, your gameplay resumes. But that's for people who are not signed up. That's for people who haven't signed up annually. So if you pay the $1, you're going to get the ads. And they're going to make their money from advertisers.
Yep.
That's disappointing. I mean, I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm disappointed, but I understand the consumer has rendered their judgment and they don't want it in mass. So the same people will say, well, we don't have sequels. They're also running around saying, well, sales don't matter. And it's like, well, because it didn't sell well is why you don't have a sequel. You know, you want to say that to them. You know, it's kind of like one does have something to do with the other. You know, but they think that a company because a movie company is not going to spend $250 million on a movie, then the movie bomb and make $90 million.
Yeah.
And then you went around and say, well, where's my sequel? I mean, that's why there was no sequel to the Justice League movie, because it bombed. Okay, people rendered their judgment on it. They didn't like it. So
you'll be playing FIFA.
Shout out to
you'll be playing FIFA one day, and between the first half and the second half, you're gonna get a bunch of ads from razor blade companies, because they're gonna be really targeting males, aren't they? So you're gonna get razor blades, buy Dollar Shave, and all that shit. You're gonna get all of that in your games.
You get that now, man.
Could y'all imagine that shit if we still had to connect? Where Spartan just said the day of Connect hitting you up on a message. Hey Ryan, hey Foxy, did you know that you can save 15% or more on your car insurance through the Xbox?
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Oh Lord!
That was shocking. I certainly hope that's wrong, though. But that's disappointing.
You're gonna get Domino's and Mountain Dew. Click here for a quick gamer meal.
Like, hey, champ, I heard you were playing Call of Duty. Hey, did you know that there's a big gamer sale going down right now for Pizza Hut? Hey, you can get a triple large pepperoni pizza right now.
Can you imagine this Major Nelson? So every gameplay, there's an advert with Major Nelson saying, just to remind you, we're having a sale on Xbox Live. Go to the store, check out the game, and don't forget to watch Inside Xbox. You're gonna get one of that.
Well, see, I heard slow-mo backslap. Go ahead, what's called? I didn't mean to.
Oh no. Continue. No, you could.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say I heard slow-mo backslap, so shout out to him. Say that he feels that they're waiting on people to forget that they have Live and Game Pass, and when it jumps back up to $14 or whatever it's going to be, $14, you'll just leave it on there. But then there's people like me and then Foxy, like, no, look, I'm canceling this thing as soon as I'm done playing. I can't remember the name of the game.
I set an alarm on my calendar on my phone to make sure I don't forget to cancel.
Yeah. It just, but if they're counting on that, that's that's bad.
Just don't have automatic renewal on. I mean, that's what I would.
Yeah, it does.
I have mine off.
No, I have mine off. You don't have to have it on. You got that straight off.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're right, but it defaults. It defaults to on all the time.
I don't take no chances. The best way to be sure is to make sure you do it manually the day before they take the money. I'm not leaving it up to no dashboard to decide whether my money comes out of my account or not, because that's a phone call to Microsoft, an embarrassing one as that. Because really, you're asking them to refund $7.99, right? It's not a whole lot. It's not a whole heap of money, but still, it's money that you don't Yeah, it all adds up. Like we waste
you're
too
right.
much. When you think how much you waste in terms of $1 here, a few dollars there, by the end of the month, you've wasted $200, $300 on shit you haven't even used or was interested in.
True. I mean, you're right. It's just like I said. I'm disappointed in what they said that they were going to use as their metric. Then they changed their own metric. It's that's trash right there. I mean, I certainly hope people. that have. I mean, I have my Xbox X now. I'm going to enjoy playing some of the games on there. But ultimately, yeah, that's trash. I mean, I'm getting that Star Wars game on it, definitely. So,
and you know what's sad?
Yep.
If it's successful, anything that's successful for Microsoft, other companies tend to follow suit.
Yep, that is true. You see it with Call of Duty, people follow suit with the way they make their games and just build them. Oh yeah, they'll do it.
Oh yeah.
Let's move on though. We've definitely beat this topic to death. Let's move on to another.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they announced that the PS4 sales in the U.S. have reached 30 million. So that's nearly 1/3 of their entire install base. 30 million or so.
America loves PlayStation.
That is quite incredible. Also, this is involving Ghost of Tsushima. Now, no gameplay details whatsoever were revealed, but this was with Shuhei Yoshida. He stated that he was basically marveling at how beautiful Ghost of Tsushima looks and basically is, and he was just talking about how everything looks dope. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we're all looking forward to PS5. I would love to see this game on PS5 with no load times or whatnot, to see how beautiful the transitions are, especially from combat to cutscene. I would love to see that type of thing, but he's definitely marveling over the game. He also said that Sony may acquire Asian developers for Eastern markets as well. There was also another cool thing he stated. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah, I think they pulled the trigger on 2 more developers, trying to get them until they move it, because I know they do want to get into China. That's just too big of a market not to try to get into. So we'll have to wait and see. But
everyone wants a piece of China. Donald Trump wants a piece of China.
Oh God.
Yeah, he wants everything. Yeah, 30 million. No, congratulations.
Lobo.
Congratulations to that. To the 30 million.
That man's single-handedly about to kill the next gen console with these damn tariffs if they go off.
Well, yeah, but those tariffs aren't gonna go into effect.
Let me move on. I'm not even gonna get into that. I think Fashi might enjoy this. Shuhei Yoshida also commented saying they have a lot to learn about VR development. That's interesting.
Wow, that's a strange comment.
That's interesting.
After 3 years of
they have a lot
PSVR
to
on the
learn.
market, what do you need to learn? What do you need to learn?
I'm wondering if they're trying to I don't know. Remember, that's a good question. What do people still get motion sickness and all that with the VR headsets?
Yeah.
I got a headache before.
Yeah.
You got a headache from it?
That can't be helped because
can't be helped.
Because your brain, what it sees, it interprets as real. That's why I've said to people several times, work in the medical field, doctors have told me if you use VR, only do it for about 45 minutes to an hour, and you constantly have to have some other stimulus. So tap your foot, anything that reminds your brain that what it's seeing isn't real. You need to provide it something to stimulate another part of the brain. So what it sees and what it hears, it thinks is real. Your body is telling you this is real. All this is happening. And when I was playing VR, like I was playing Valkyrie, I couldn't believe the immersion level. So what I did was I would tap my foot 2 or 3 times and it feels stupid, but it's just to remind yourself, hey, this isn't real, because it feels real, the movement and stuff like that. But I think as far as what he said, I agree with. There's studios, I think, that are kind of overwhelmed by that technology because it's for their studios, it's fairly new. Now, it has gotten better. The games they did say that as VR went along, you would see more bigger, longer games, and No Man's Sky, I think, says hello, to everybody. But they'll keep it going.
You might enjoy this because everybody's marveling at Dreams. Dreams has become pretty much a sleeper hit. Everybody's marveling at this. He did state that Dreams is one of his favorite projects. This Shuhei Yoshida said this, and he's aiming for a 10-year vision with this product. That's pretty telling. So Dreams is doing pretty damn big now. Hard to say what they're going to do with what's going to happen with Dreams, but you know how that is. Let's see. I think did we talk about this? Final Fantasy VII Remake will feature a classic mode that leans more towards the turn-based combat.
No, I heard that.
Did y'all hear about this?
So there's a mode, or that's the way it's going to be.
It's going to have a feature, so it's a mode you can switch to classic mode for this to go back to turn-based if you want turn-based.
Yeah. That would be cool though. Maybe to play the first level like that, just to kind of give yourself a. I like that they're doing that. That just shows you they understand that their player base for this game goes way back. I love it. I hate turn based though, but I that's why I don't like Monster Hunter. I do not like to sit up there and watch your character cook. I understand that's their animations. I also don't like the fact that those raccoons are cooking for me. That's a little odd too. But at the end of the day, I'm excited for that. I like the attention to detail. You know?
Yeah. Like that. Okay. Anybody else have anything you want to add to that before we get to the final topic and shut it down? No?
Nope, not really.
All right. PS5 Pro launching the same day as a PS5, ladies and gentlemen. Now, there's a report going around. It's a rumor as well, but there's a report also going around that Sony is indeed going to launch a PS5 Pro with the PlayStation 5 day one. Now, you guys remember my God of War video that I broke down. It was a video I did a while back and ended up becoming the most successful video. Shout out to you guys for that. In the description of the source, he stated that a PS5 Pro could very well be showing up sooner rather than later than expected, you know? So with this information coming out, I immediately thought like, damn, was he on something when he said that? But I definitely want to get everybody's thoughts on this. You already know the situation. Microsoft did the same thing until they eventually said no, they're not going to do it anymore. With the whole, two consoles, they canceled. What was it? Not Lockhart, right? It was Maverick. I think that's what it was, or whatever. One that was going to launch.
Lockhart.
Okay, thank you. Lockhart. They canceled Lockhart, which was going to launch with it, and then they said no with that. So they going strictly with Scarlet. So what y'all think? Who would like to go first? Lobo, you want to go first?
Yeah. Well,
go ahead, brother.
To be honest, it's options for anyone who's gonna buy. Whoever decides to buy a regular PS4 might just stick with it, or for the people who are like that hardcore who want like the 60, 4K, 8K bullshit.
You know, I'm getting Steam Machine vibes, bro. That's Steam Machine vibes.
Yeah.
You know, remember how we had that with PS3? Beginner, intermediate, advanced. Three different tiers. Might be, exactly. It's going in that realm, definitely.
Yeah. But to be honest with you, it's more options for the consumer, to be honest. It's not like a bad thing. It's a good thing that Sony is is giving out options.
Oh, so you don't see it as a bad thing? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Mr. Messiah, what you think about it? Is it good, bad?
It's a rumor, so I don't believe it. I mean, I don't believe it until Sony comes out and officially says we're going to have two models come out at the same time. I think it's a bad idea, but it's a rumor, and so granted, this gentleman I think got the Switch Lite correct. So
he did.
It may have some legs. Have to wait and see. But me personally, I'm not looking. I'm not looking past it. I think there's going to be one PS5, and it will do everything that Mark Cerny said it would do. So
you're basically doing the same thing as like how this.
Out of curiosity to you guys in the chat, if you believe the rumor, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 2 if you do not. Let's definitely see what you guys think.
Most people don't believe it. Most people don't believe it.
Most people don't believe it. No.
Nah.
No. Okay. What you think? What you think, Fox? Are you done, Craig? Right? You done?
Yeah.
Okay,
Go
gotta
ahead,
make
Foz.
sure you got all your thoughts. Go ahead, Foz. What you think about this?
Well, as I say, it's a rumor,
Mm-hmm.
and most people don't believe it. It's not. It's not even a new rumor at that. It's just coming from a more reliable source. Like we've heard this like 6-7 months ago, didn't we? I know I've certainly reported on the possibility. Maybe a year ago, I reported on the possibility of there being 2 PlayStation 5 models, one cheaper, obviously one less so, or more so. Listen, I don't think it would be bad if Sony did it, because at the end of the day, Sony are kind of looking at how PCs have different levels and tiers of hardware, and it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt the PC market. You know, people who don't want to pay over certain odds, they won't go for the Pro model anyway. Just like they didn't go for the Pro model with the PS4. More people still buy Slim than the Pro. The Pro is more for people who just want that little bit extra for their 4K TV, I guess, right?
Yeah. Exactly
But most people are going out and buying their standard PS4. That's what's really selling. You know, if you look at the 100+ million sales, PS4 Pro doesn't even equate to 30-40% of that. It's mostly
That's true.
It's 20. I'd say 25%, 30 to 30% maximum.
Give or
Pro.
take. Yeah.
So Sony's seen from those figures, it wouldn't hurt to have 2 systems on the market at the same time. It wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
But one thing that does worry me, though, if they are going to, let's just say it is true. Like, I don't personally believe it. Personally, I don't believe it. But if it is true, I think it's unnecessary. Why bother? Just make one. Why confuse your
so keep it simple.
Target audience. Just keep it simple.
Okay.
Yeah, because when you break the 2 systems down, one's obviously going to be more powerful than the other and more capable.
Of course,
right?
Yeah.
So you're splitting the community day one.
Just for
from that regard,
a few extra frames or pixels.
Two, the less savvy consumer is going to go in there and be slightly confused. They might even walk out and not purchase anything. You know, the less savvy consumer. And there's another thing. There's 2 other things. This journalist, Kashawa or Nikishawa, I can't remember his name. Yeah, this journalist guy, for all we know, it could be Sony telling him to say that shit. To try and get Microsoft to come out of the shadows and reveal a bit more about what they're doing. For all we know, this could be smoke.
Bait, basically.
But the most fundamental thing that worries me, if you're gonna have 2 systems, one more powerful than the other, the lesser system is going to be compromised, which tells me that if the base model is not going to do 4K 60, it's going to do. In fact, I've been told this anyway. Regardless of any Pro model, if they even give one PS5 at launch day, right? Offer one PS5 at launch day. I've heard that the only way you're getting native 4K is on less demanding games, or if you choose to play at 30 frames per second. If you want 60 and you want to play on a 4K TV, it's going to be dynamic.
Okay.
I'm not saying there's going to be no 4K 60 games.
Right.
That. Yeah, right. But I'm saying that the more intricate games, like your big releases that have sophisticated engines, you're gonna have to run it dynamic. You'll be able to choose. It'll probably give you dynamic 4K option or a native 4K option. Okay, you choose, and then the system works it out itself for you after you've made that choice, right? But that's a bit. I mean, 4K is not the be all and end all. Don't get me wrong. I'm more interested in performance. I'm more interested in the 60 frames per second.
Right.
Because I don't
load times.
I'm not playing at 4K on my PC. I could, but I'm not even bothering to lower settings to do that. I'm playing at 1440p.
Yeah, you want that? I told you was gonna be doing that.
Yeah.
No, because the graphics. That's the comfortable. That's where the graphics card. It's comfortable.
It's comfortable.
At ultra, at the
to.
top maximum settings. Now, if I want to play at medium to high, I could 4K 60. But that's what you'll get on the consoles. You're not gonna get ultra settings on the PS5 or Scarlet. Even at dynamic 4K 60, you're not gonna get ultra settings. It's gonna be like some things are gonna be medium, some things are gonna be high, but you're never gonna get ultra settings for the price that you're expecting to pay for this thing. Sony would, and I'm sure Sony and Microsoft would love to offer you ultra settings on a console for an affordable price, but it's not feasible. It's not financially, economically viable. It's just not possible for that consumer price point that you're expecting to pay. So, you know, you're going to get, look, if you look at the PS4 Pro games, no, let's not even use PS4 Pro. Let's use the top tier console that's out right now in terms of power, Xbox One X. Even Xbox One X, when it's running at 4K, enough shit's turned down compared to the PC version. You look at the PC version running Gears in 4K, everything's set to Ultra if you've got the rig to support it. And normally, Digital Foundry are showing you the best PC version, not the medium tier PC. They're showing you the high-end PC version, and then they're comparing that to the X. And then what they're showing you in the X is that there's no reflections. That's gone.
There's no shadow quality. Shadow quality, textures.
Shadows are there. Paired,
but it's not like it's not quality, like it's not the same quality as the PC.
Right. And a lot of stuff is either medium, like
missing textures.
Volumetric fog is going to be medium or low to medium. You're going to get some medium settings. You're going to get 1 or 2 high settings. Textures will look good.
Right.
Yeah. But when it comes to like effects, draw distance, all of that is just scaled right back on the Xbox One X. Okay. And that system's how much? How much is that system right now? Right, it's still $500. So you telling me in a year from now you're expecting to have the highest settings on a console and expected to do native 4K and run at 60 and cost you 500? Nah.
Yeah, nah. Well,
well, no, I mean, like I said, I thought your video was spot on, Foxy. That's why I did my poll today. That if the PS5 is going to be 4K dynamic checkerboard at 60 or 4K 30, 4K native at 30, will you be big mad or little mad? Because there's a lot of people expecting everything to be 4K native and have ray tracing. And I mean, there was somebody today was saying, well, the PS5 is not going to have ray tracing, hardware.
It will.
It will.
Yeah, it will. I mean,
it will have software.
It's gonna have a combination of hardware and software ray tracing.
Yeah,
it's a hybrid.
I mean,
it's hybrid. AMD's got hybrid ray tracing they're working on. I know for sure that they're working on hybrid ray tracing, and it will be included in the PS5. And let me tell you this as well. I'm going to qualify this. I don't want to diminish consoles in any way just because I'm playing on a PC. I'm still going to love the PS5 because guess what? I don't care about 4K. I care about 60 frames per second. So if they have to do that in dynamic 4K, so be it. I'm still handing over my money because I only care about performance. Like if I didn't, I'd be playing at 4K on the PC, wouldn't I? I'll be dropping it to 30. I'll be saying, fuck it. I care about graphics. So I'm going to play at 30 on my PC that I paid $900 for. Go figure. What's the point in buying a PC for that much if you're playing in 30 frames per second? That should be the last thing you turn down on the dial.
Well, my point here is that you have a group of people who, no matter what is said, they don't believe anything that Mark Cerny or even Lisa Su is saying, because they want the Xbox Scarlet, I guess, or whatever they're going to call it, to be different. It needs to have something different. Something they can do. Yeah, something they can do better. And I'm like, man, look, they're going to both do the same things. It's just going to depend on the content you want, and they can't accept it. And even with the news that Sony has, they're going to put in the Hollywood effect, processing that they use. My God, they use that for Into the Spider-Verse. They clearly walked out on stage when they won the Oscar, and they were like, "Look, this animation, if we use the technology we did, it's going to be in our games too." They said that at the damn Oscars. Guess what? Here it comes. They use ray tracing in that horrible movie called Venom. They had ray tracing. If you look at Venom, that is ray tracing.
Ray tracing is in nearly every Hollywood. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Craig. PS5 is not just gonna have ray tracing. As Eddie Murphy would say, it's gonna have Ray's boom boom room ray tracing.
Well, don't tell them that, because it's not going to be hardware based. Therefore, it's not the same thing.
It is. It's gonna be both hardware and software based ray tracing. The software is to support, because basically there's an issue with just hardware ray tracing. Did you know that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The video says hello.
There's an issue. There's an issue with it. So AMD have watched what Nvidia's doing. I'm not knocking, right? But AMD have sat back and said, let's not rush this thing. And they've discovered that there's a problem with just hardware ray tracing. There's an issue. There is an issue. So the software side is going to clean up that issue according to AMD. Well, this is all, you know, look, I can't take AMD's word or Nvidia or Microsoft or Sony because they're going to say what's favorable for them. The only thing the only way you're really going to see is with your own eyes when you have the thing in front of you. Because all these companies are going to say the best they can say. They're not going to say the worst they can say. They're never going to tell you, oh, our ray tracing is going to be so inferior to what you're used to on the PC. They're not going to tell you that. They're going to tell you, they'd rather say dynamic ray tracing than tell you it's a poor man's ray tracing.
Well, I don't disagree. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing where some of these cats are at. I'm like, man, look, Lisa Sue said it's going to happen. Well, she didn't really say that. I'm like, she's in charge of these projects. She's not going to come out to Jim Cramer and lie to him. You know, she can't, you know, she'll be fired. You know, so, but at the end of the day, it's just, yeah, I don't care.
Well, Craig, let me show you how much I care about ray tracing. I had the opportunity, I had the money and the finger press of a button.
Oh yeah, you did.
To order an RTX 2070 Super. It was easy. It was easy for me. All I had to do was click the button. But I care so little about ray tracing at this present moment that I went for AMD because it wasn't a selling point for me. But if they're gonna offer it in a console that I don't have to pay $900 for, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's the way I am. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Yeah, that's why you know, I'm going to get the same type of card you have because I want to play at 1440p. That's for me on PC. At 60 or a little bit higher depending on where I put the other settings. You're right. So for me, that's fine. Shout out to Carlos Fernandez. He was like, that's the sweet spot. You know, that's the fastball over the plate for me personally. But at the end of the day, it's just you have kind of getting off topic, but now I'm trying to get back on. As far as what the PS5 is going to do, that's what I'm expecting it to do. I have my inside source tell me these things. It's like, okay, I'm expecting it to be anywhere from 9.4 to 9.7 T-flops with the processing prowess of a Vega 64, which is 13.6 T-flops with two different type of technology. So that's what I'm expecting. That's what I am expecting.
Here's a question from Jack ENMD. What do you think about 1440p 120 frames per second for the next gen? I'll tell you, it's not happening because the PC I have now can't do 1440p 120 frames per second on a game like Gears 5. It can't do it. It can't maintain that. My PC can't, and I've paid double what what the Xbox One X is. So I doubt it very much. I doubt it. It's going to be. I mean, it's possible. I mean, I can get it to do 120 seconds 120 frames per second at 1440p, but I'd have to turn a lot of shit down. And to be honest with you, why? Listen. Even though I can play higher than 60, I lock it, VSync it to 60. Honestly, because coming from console, 60 is like wow to me. Maybe I'll increase it as I get further into PC gaming, but at the moment, I'm very active player. I'm not an esports player. I don't go online needing 140 frames. You know, I don't do that. That's not my game time. That's not how I spend my time playing games. So 60 frames to me is like wow. I'm like blown away that I can play every game, no matter how fucking taxing this engine's supposed to be. I can still do it at 60 and 1440p. So yeah, I mean 120 frames per second. If I could get it at 1440p, would I choose that setting? Of course. Yeah. But I'm not turning shit down just to get there. I'm happy to have highest graphic settings at 60.
Yeah. Well, again, I don't disagree with that. Yeah, and that's what I'm expecting with these consoles. Just to now, do I expect Sony's first party developers to give me a little bit more? Yeah, I mean that goes without saying because that's what they've done with the Pro. So I am expecting that. But will I throw my PlayStation out and run it over? I'm not gonna. If they don't, I think it'll be fine. But no, I think it's. Do you know what?
AMD has the same dynamic thing that PlayStation has in their software. You know that what's it called, Craig?
Rapid Pack Math.
No. You know when you're updating the graphics card on AMD, what's that change settings and all that? You said it the other day.
What, the adrenaline?
Yeah. That adrenaline thing, right? It has a dynamic super resolution option, right? Which basically means that you can play at 1440p and it upscales it to 4K for your 4K screen in the same way that it upscales on the PS4 with the whole checkerboarding thing. I don't use it. Because it kind of blurs it like it does on the PlayStation. It kind of takes the crispness away. It's still crystal clear compared to a console, but it's not as clear as if you're playing at native 1440p. For some reason, it gives you that 4K image, but it kind of, the background of the graphics in the distance kind of look like they're slightly blurred. Just a little bit, like motion, like, you know, that motion thing got turned on.
No, you're right. Yeah. Motion blur,
Craig, why don't you do me a favor, Craig? There's a very generous super chat in the chat here. You mind reading that?
Oh Lord,
let me find it. Ryan, shout out to Room the Viking King for $20 NOK. I'm not for sure how that translates.
Norwegian.
Norwegian. Okay, well, shout out to the Norwegians. How you over there and that diverse part of the world. Ryan, when are you going to invite the crap gamer on RGT? Question mark, smile. So.
To answer that awesome question, thank you for the super chat. To answer that, the day I do that will be the day I look like, the day I turn into Brandon Lee from The Crow. That'll be the day I do that.
Well, listen, Ryan, I know you're a forgiving guy. So if you ever do have certain individuals on, let me know in advance to make myself busy.
Oh yeah, I know.
There's only one person I'll be really busy for. Everybody knows, you know. So, but
I'll be so busy. I'll be more busier than Obama. Just let me know.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. That's a good shout out for the Norwegian super chat. Shout out to Norwegian, to Norway, I guess. Yeah, it's what's going on over there in Norway besides it being cold. I mean, is there something else that goes on over there? Shout out to listen to the RGT super
I'm just saying, the day you see Big Cloud on camera and I have the Crow makeup on, that'll be the day I have a certain special guest.
Someone says, look, oh, bring him on. He's a changed man. Yeah, so a serial killers can change their life, but you wouldn't let them look. you wouldn't let them babysit your kids. A serial killer who's think about it, a serial killer who's changed their life. They're now a priest, but you still wouldn't let them look after your kids, would you?
You wouldn't let them give holy communion.
Just based on what they used to be, just based on who they were. You can't take that chance like, oh, the dog's not violent anymore. Go on, put your head in its mouth. No.
Well, I mean, that's why my favorite.
You got a question there for you, Craig, from Spartan.
Where's that? I don't see
at the bottom.
When we gonna have Zaddy on? He's not coming because Zaddy got destroyed by KTG. But that exists in their mind. I mean, I do not give one rat's ass about White Zaddy. You know, so there are a group of people that do, and they're on the. There's another podcast.
I'm a forgiving person. I believe people deserve second chances. Yeah. But some people, they were abusing certain things for years. Yeah, so they got a lot of. I don't care if they decided to be a pony or join whatever stable. It's gonna take the same years they used to knock gamers and people who enjoyed that console down. It's the same years it's gonna take for my forgiveness. Yeah. So in 5 years, I might say, oh yeah, I forgive him.
Yeah. Well, let me give a shout out real quick to Mr. Xbox Video in the chat. He just welcomed a daughter. Congratulations!
Shout out to you! Congratulations!
Congratulations to him.
Whose daughter? Someone had a kid.
Xbox Video, yeah. Xbox Video had a
shout out to him.
Kid.
Yeah, I mean, there's 3 podcasts I would love to be on. I would like to be on, the platform podcast. I'm still waiting on my invite.
Hit Big Mike up.
Yeah.
I'll get you in. He's one moderator for RGT to set him up.
No, there's a PlayStation guy whose name I won't say, but I'll just give you a clue. They like to use Amazon's best sellers in
Oh,
their videos
no,
all the
I know you're
time.
talking about. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
You almost made that's like the
wouldn't
loudest
I
I've
wouldn't want to
heard.
sit at the table. I wouldn't want to sit at a table with that
Wait.
person either.
That's the loudest I ever heard Lobo cringe. You almost made Lobo leave the chat. Like real time. He cringed.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah,
no.
that one. Of course, I wouldn't mind going on to Xbox Nation. Shout out to J-Dub City because he's been on there, and everybody loves J-Dub. And I think the third one was BRAP. But again, because I am considered the toxic avenger of truth, it's going to be hard for me to get on some of those podcasts because there's going to be a beat down on some of those panels. But yeah, so it ain't happening. But yeah, somebody just ripped me on Twitter for getting an Xbox X. And it's like, look, I can go buy what the hell I want. So don't worry. They're like, well, you've been ripping on the Xbox X in their community. I'm like, yeah, the community time is going to get ripped on, but I got no problem with that. My Xbox works fine.
That's crazy.
You see, I look at Xbox differently. You see, I'm not bothered by the community or any of the foolishness that's said in the community. I'm more bothered about the actual business model and practice of the company behind the console and all of the successes and major errors they've made. I don't care about the fan base, to be honest, because those people, everyone's got an opinion's like an arsehole. Everybody has one.
Yeah.
True. You're right about that. Somebody else have a question here. Oh yeah, make me say this is Big Cloud, make Craig say White Zaddy again. I mean, look, y'all are really happy over that Zaddy. I mean, I'm glad you all enjoyed that video over there over when I did that podcast. So, but yeah, a lot of people are enjoying Zaddy. So, but I don't care what Zaddy says.
So Ryan, you know your PC that you got now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When PS5 launches, do you think that your PC will still be more powerful or PS5 will be? What do you think?
Probably. I'll probably have to upgrade the graphics card. Probably, more than likely. That's about it.
And you can donate that when you have to me.
You want me to give my white Galax 1070 Ti to you, as you want?
A donation to the church.
A donation to the church.
I consider it. You don't have to.
I consider it. I mean, I consider it. I mean, want to be out of place throwing your rake? What color case?
I got a feeling the PS5 is going to par with some levels of performance I'm getting on the PC I've got now. Obviously, it's only a games console, so all that other stuff's going to be stripped out. Like, it doesn't need all the stuff that a PC has because PC is just not for games, right?
Correct.
But I think it's going to kind of be like that because at the moment I could play at 4K dynamic 60, and I feel like the PS5 is going to do that. The only difference is I don't think it's going to be able to do the ultra settings part. I think it will do high, but it won't do ultra. But high is good enough. Because sometimes when you turn the settings down from ultra, it depends on the game. It depends game by game, it varies. But sometimes when you go from ultra to high, you look and you really can't see the difference. Because what was ultra for? Because it's high and ultra look the same to me.
It pretty much is.
I'll definitely be donating to the church. I'll be helping my brother out with PC parts if he needs help with PC parts.
Well, I do appreciate that.
I definitely will be doing that for sure. But
I'll give you the white
I don't know if my graphics card will look aesthetically pleasing in your PC rig that you got going on. You might as well just go with the 2080s, bro.
Well, it would. It will sit right in the front. It may. Now, I was thinking about getting a.
Remember, I have a white case. I want all white with mine.
Correct. No, I don't have a white case.
Yeah.
But I could get a. I would have to get like a red or blue light.
I end up paying a little bit more for mine just for aesthetic wise.
Yeah.
He said, "What does your PC cost you?" Well, keep in mind, Jack, when I made my PC. And I bought the parts. This is during the crypto mining craze. So, for example, RAM was like $200.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. It was ridiculously high. I'm talking $200 for 2 sticks of RAM that were like 8 gigs. This is insane. So I had to legit. I doubled up and everything. But when I was done with everything, it cost me about $3,000.
Same here.
Put about $3,000 in mine.
Ouch. And again, if anybody wants to update
put about $3,000 in mine.
and
keep in
donate
mind,
to
I
the
built
side.
mine strictly not just for gaming, but I built it with other things in mind. For example, the content that you guys get on this channel. You know, my processor was the first thing I looked into what I wanted, because I was rocking the i5 for the longest. I don't know if y'all remember back when I first started the channel. Y'all remember how bad the live streams were? They were choppy. You remember that, Craig? They were choppy as hell.
Oh yeah,
I couldn't get stuff to work. That was my damn processor. My processor was trash. I was rocking that i5 7500 back when I first started the channel. That was bad. It was bad. So when I upgraded it to an i7 8700K, I knew what I was getting out of that CPU. And then I went with the 1070 Ti. I could have got the 1080. I could have, but I was like, nah, let me go with the 1070 just to save a little bit of money. I kind of did what Foxy did. I took the cheap route just a little bit because I knew what I was getting out of it. I saw the benchmarks. I'm like, dude, that's more than enough for me. You know, what I'm getting out of this.
Yeah, you got to decide. Again, the first thing you have to decide is where you want to be at. I agree with Foxy. I put stuff on ultra and then put it on high, and I don't see a huge difference. But I'm an old man. I mean, my AARP card will be here in a few more weeks.
Well,
so
we'll definitely be donating to the church. Right? I promise you that much.
Well, I appreciate that.
I definitely got you. I got you, bro.
PO can't afford the O and the R. So, but I can't. I guess I will get a.
I'm the same. I mean, I didn't. Honestly, I didn't even think about buying a PC for gaming at all. It was only because OBS was fucking up on my laptop, and seriously, I thought it's about time I upgraded. The gaming part is secondary on the PC, because that was not my motivation to buy a PC. If it weren't for my laptop, I wouldn't have even bought a PC.
Yeah, he's still using a laptop right now for this podcast.
I'm using a laptop right now just to do the podcast, but when it comes to OBS and doing multiple things on this laptop, it's had it. So my time was up. I had to buy a PC of some description. But, I thought, well, may as well just get a fairly decent one. If you're going to do it, it's my first desktop anyway. So I thought, for your first one, you should make sure you get a good one, right? Well, don't buy something that you're going to have to change in the next couple of years.
Hey, shout out to the brother Merc305. He just started his own new podcast. I need to go check out his channel. It's a good show. It's got Meds on there. Mr. J Meds with him. So that's my brother right there. So definitely go ahead and support him. That's RGT family right there. It's called the Ultra Preset Podcast. It's a dope show. I got to give him props.
When I made that video about my experience with the PC compared to playing decades on console, like I read some of the comments, and I'm not going to name the people or whatever, but some people actually thought, they said, "Oh, you're selling out to PC."
Yeah, as I was talking about, I was like, bro, they were fear mongering.
Oh my god,
they were fear mongering.
Oh my god, I'm like,
I told you, Greg. You want to listen? I told you
guys. I go, these people want to draw me into their little phantom fucking hardware wars. Fuck off.
Yeah.
It's like, he's the best PlayStation news dude I ever seen. How can he go PC?
My channel is still very much
PC or PlayStation, yeah.
PlayStation centric. No, it's all the platforms, but it's
mostly prioritized.
The percentage is higher for PlayStation.
Yeah, prioritized PlayStation.
Because why bias? I prefer PlayStation for gaming. Sue me. Obviously, my channel is going to reflect what I like as well, isn't it? Yeah. But people were getting worried, saying, "Oh, you're going away from PlayStation in terms of your channel." Hell no. It's not turning into a PC channel. My PC gaming is my private
bro, as soon as
affair.
they see a game that requires a mouse and keyboard, you'll see with the comments that I received a while back.
Lord.
You remember, no. Let's be real here. You remember when I played Max Payne?
Oh yeah.
Exactly. You don't want to bring up that, do you? You don't want to bring up that. So let's not go there. Let's not. He don't want to go there when I was running Max Payne in that crazy frame rate.
But my channel not changing. I'm not suddenly gonna be focused all on PC. My videos are still gonna be about what they've been about.
Yeah.
You know, my PC's for my own personal enjoyment. It's got nothing to do with my channel apart from creating the videos. I might use PC game footage if it's gonna be multi-platform, as background footage. But please.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's good to expand. It's definitely good to expand out and try other stuff, and just that way you keep yourself interested. You keep stuff fresh.
Well, I'm not really trying anything new. I'm playing Xbox games instead of playing on an Xbox.
But featuring stuff.
I'm playing Xbox games without playing on an Xbox console. That's all I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, I mean, I've got a big one tonight. I'm finishing.
That's all I'm doing. I'm playing Xbox games
yeah.
on this PC, so I don't have to buy Scarlet. That's all I'm doing, because I don't want to support Microsoft's hardware, because Microsoft don't seem to care about it. They care about their Xbox Live revenue. They don't care about hardware sales anymore. Phil Spencer said it doesn't matter how many Xboxes we sell anymore. He said it himself. Don't matter how many doesn't matter which version of the Xbox is selling. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So if it don't matter to you, then it don't matter to me. So I'll go on the PC.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Man, that's all the topics. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so very, very much for coming through. This was episode 78 of the RGT podcast. That's right. We are back home on Fridays for you guys, 5 p.m. Eastern time. It's good to be back home, definitely, and it's good to be back here on this channel. I just want to say shout out to all you guys in the chat for coming through. Shout out to everybody who are new here, and of course, shout out to this awesome panel as always for all the support. Let me make a quick little announcement before I let everybody do their outros and everything. At 11 a.m. tomorrow, I will have Damian Fernandez here for a live interview. So yes, he will be live here with us on the channel. So you guys want to?
What time? What
it's gonna be 11 in the morning. So 11 a.m.
Yeah, 11 a.m. 8 Pacific.
Yeah, 11 a.m.
Time.
So he'll be here on the channel. We're gonna definitely talk about a few things. We're gonna, just give more context to what his situation is. But we're also gonna definitely break some stuff down. All right. Shout out to Slow Mo. He said he missed most of the show. Hey, it's all good. You here? Hey, much love to you, brother. You can watch the rerun.
Slow pull some strings. Get me on that Brat podcast. I promise.
Yeah, make it happen. Make that happen. Slow Mo. I don't know why you fiending. He being stingy. Let the homie Craig go on the Brat podcast.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that podcast. I would like to get on there.
Yeah.
I promise not to pull nobody's pants down on the
well, I'm gonna move on.
Here's a warning for Sony.
Mm-hmm.
You better keep those games exclusive to your consoles, because the day you drop those games on PC, I'm done with PlayStation consoles as well. I'll tell you why. I don't need to buy your plastic if I can play the games on one unified system. I'm not into the brand.
You won't buy.
I don't worship brands.
Yeah.
I enjoy game experiences. I don't worship brands. So I don't care if it's Samsung, Sony on the box. If Horizon Zero Dawn was made by Samsung, I'd still be loving it.
All right, there you go. Cracky Sale taught the Enrique. Congrats. Get on there.
Yeah, come on down. I appreciate that. Don't be scared.
We know Slomo afraid to invite me to Brap, so I'm not going to say it.
Why does people want to get on Brap? What is?
Oh no, it's a fun. It's a good friend of ours. His name's Enrique.
Yeah.
He
what
always
enjoy that podcast.
What does it stand for?
Brap, it stands for Basement Radio Arcade Podcast. That's what he called it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a cool
podcast. And I'm a big fan of that podcast.
They're funny. They're funny as hell.
And it's a good podcast.
Yeah, they're funny. But yeah, I'll see you guys. 11 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow for the interview. Y'all already know what's gonna happen. We're gonna have some good discussion. So Slow Mo, set that timer, bro. It's happening tomorrow. I hope you're ready. I know you was looking forward to it. But that's it for me talking. I know you guys are done. Let's just go ahead and get these outros, and I'm gonna shut it down. Go ahead, Lobo. You have the floor, brother.
What up, guys? Savage Lobo here. RGT episode 78. Thank you all for watching today's stream. Go ahead and hit that like button. And as what Cos would say, gamer by choice, not by trend. I'm gonna go ahead and raid Area 51 now.
All right, and I'm glad you said that. Shout out to Carlos Fernandez. I guess he overslept. He couldn't make it today, but it's all good. I know he was. He had a hell of a busy week with his job. But shout out to my brother. That's my homie right there. That's my family.
You got kids.
Yeah, he got kids. He definitely, but that's one of the homies you gotta have on your side, man. That's my homie right there. Shout out to him. He'll definitely be with us next week, so we'll definitely just talk to him.
Some people think because you do YouTube and you're on podcasts that you got time just free to kill.
Yeah. That's right.
This I have to calculate everything I do.
Yep.
You know, I could be going out tonight. You know, a lot of people are out on a Friday here in the UK, having a drink with their friends. You know, but I say to myself, you know what?
Date now with their wives. You know, exactly.
No, I'm saying, you know what? Sometimes, you know, if you run a channel, there's a responsibility. Like, you need to be active. You know, the only reason why, like, a week ago there was barely any videos on my channel for like 6 days, it's because I changed my damn PC. Like, it was impossible, like, to make videos while you're trying to set this fucker up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So I was annoyed as well. I was like, oh, no, you didn't I said, "Cha, man, I wanted to make a video today."
That's right,
but
Chris.
I'm sat here with Ryan. I'm sat here with Ryan going through this option on this PC, trying to get my head around things. But I want to really make videos, but I couldn't. I was annoyed. I said, "Listen, man, this next time I do this fucking change of hardware, I'm gonna make sure I'm more prepared." But being it's my first desktop, I didn't know what I was in for. You know, even now I can't get Grand Theft Auto 5 to run. I get to the Rockstar fucking social club telling me the servers are unavailable. You need an internet connection to verify. I go, get out of here, man. There's nothing wrong with my internet. It's your side. And then I go online and I see loads of people have had this problem for years and they still haven't fixed it. So I went straight to g2a.com and said, give me my money back, because I ain't got time to troubleshoot.
There you go.
So they're giving me a refund. I want my money back. You know, the game works. It's just I can't get past the whole Rockstar verification.
Yeah. That's how it was for Max Payne 3 for PC. Achievements are a lot behind
That's the only thing I don't like about PC. Like, it's such a fucking headache. Sometimes you can't just play a game. You can't just download a fucking game and play. There's so much hoops to jump through with certain games.
Yeah.
You gotta find fixes. You gotta go on YouTube and see if everyone else is having the same problem. And then, oh, here's a fix. You got 12 people with the worst fucking accents ever, and you gotta sit through their 30 fucking second intro before you get a fucking answer. You got it's ridiculous.
There you go.
But that's the price you pay. I guess that's the price you pay for higher quality. Sometimes, you know, you don't get everything you want.
All right. Okay. You do your outro or no?
No, not yet. He hasn't done
that. Kind of was.
This man did a rant.
Regardless of listen, I'm not into the whole platform war. Yeah. So I'm into gamers. I don't care if you play on a phone. If you play games, I'm into gamers. So at the end of the day, play games, not corporations.
All right, okay. Craig, you got your outro right?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say thanks for having me on. Appreciate it. Everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Go check out that movie Ad Astra. If you like science fiction, I saw that it's got Brad Pitt, some other stars in it. You'll enjoy it. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to be attempting to play Mass Effect 3 again tonight on OBS if I can get it to work.
Just hit me up if your sound's still not working.
Yeah.
And
I think I got that fixed, but when I put in what I was doing, it popped up something totally different. So, so hopefully I can get that fixed. But
just let me know. Yeah.
Yeah, I sure will. So I'm going to stream it, and if it takes me about 2 to 3 minutes to actually start doing stuff, people, it's because I'm in the YouTube section farting around with it. But thanks for having me, and like I said, have a great weekend. Hope your favorite team wins, and play the games or the terrorists win.
All right. It's Big Cloud Gaming. Thank you guys again. We'll see you next week. Much love to you guys. Later.